everyone, my name is Anna and I'm going to talk to you about caffeine today. If you're a healthcare worker and you know you're short on time, you're probably running and grabbing a caffeinated beverage on the daily. You may only be thinking about what you need to consume in order to get you through your day. But let's look at two mugs to compare our sizes. We've got an 8-ounce mug and we've got a 16-ounce mug. There's going to be 95 milligrams of caffeine in 8 ounces, but when we double that, that's going to be 190 milligrams of caffeine in our 16-ounce mug. We can call both of these cups of coffee, but they're very different. The Mayo Clinic recommends that you consume The Mayo Clinic and healthcare professionals recommend that you consume only 200 milligrams of caffeine a day to feel your best. And having the max be around 400 milligrams, but there's some Americans, especially healthcare workers like you, that are getting between 5 and 1,000 milligrams of caffeine in a day. We're going to start out super simple, just helping you understand how many milligrams of caffeine you're consuming in a day and how we can reduce that number without eliminating it, right? Especially if you have been consuming caffeine on a regular basis, cutting it completely could be a really poor idea, but cutting back on it can help you feel a little bit more energized, get a better sleep at night, and maybe make less bathroom trips when you're on a shift. One great switch to reducing your caffeine would be going from coffee to tea. So by reducing your amount of coffee consumed and switching that beverage over to tea, you're going to cut your caffeine in half. Your 8-ounce cup of coffee is going to have that 95 milligrams of caffeine, but one bag of black Earl Grey tea is going to have only 45 milligrams of caffeine. So it still gets you up, still gets you moving, but it's going to cut back on that total caffeine that you consume throughout your day. If you prefer a monster drink or a fruitier kind of caffeinated beverage, a cool option that you can use is by taking a seltzer water and by taking a travel pack of flavor enhancer that has a little bit of caffeine in it, right? Remember, our goal here is not to completely eliminate the caffeine, only to reduce it and have an understanding of how much we're consuming in a day. So, all you gotta do is just open up your seltzer, super simple, super quick, take your water enhancer, get it open, add that guy to your seltzer, close it up, and you're good to go. Oh, and don't forget your mask. All right, guys, in the car, and we are headed to some caffeine. So we're gonna talk a little bit about it while we are on our way. I have my travel mug with me because I like to be sustainable and make sure that I am looking out for the environment. So let's talk a little bit about Starbucks caffeine choices. So maybe we go for a pumpkin spice latte, right? Pumpkin spice lattes contain about 380 calories and 150 milligrams of caffeine. That's along with over 50 grams of sugar. That's a lot of sugar for one drink. So, thinking about my options, Starbucks offers a cafe misto. This is just going to be milk and coffee, right? Just those two things. We're going to be cutting significantly back on the sugars that are going to be in our drink, and that gives us space so that we can add in some fun foods instead of relying on getting all of our calories from beverages. Woo! Now that we got back from getting our coffee, our half-calf cafe misto, right? So we reduced our caffeine by half while also cutting our calories by almost 200 if we were to have purchased something like a sweetened latte or a pumpkin spice latte. So we've cut back on those calories here. We still have some milk protein and we also have some milk fat in here, but there's a couple additions we can make to make this a perfect meal instead of just a quick energy snack. So what are my options? Simple granola bars are an awesome option. A lot of times granola bars don't have a ton of protein, but if you look for that protein label or something that's going to add some protein like nuts or pea protein, then you're going to be able to find something that's going to fuel you throughout the day and also probably have a good amount of fiber. Another great option is going to be adding in some fruit. Apples are super quick to go, and so are bananas. But if you're not really a fan of the banana peel ideal being everywhere and you don't have access to a trash, or touching an apple is really not on the menu, right? Because we're trying to be far away from people and avoiding all germs. Sometimes we don't know if our fruit's clean or not, and we want to make sure that we're staying as healthy as possible with making our good choices. A really good option is going to be a squeeze pouch, right? These guys are basically applesauce in a little container here. We get to go back to our Capri Sundays, have a little fun with our food, and it's also going to provide us with 4 grams of fiber, much less sugar than we would if we would have gone for that simple syrup in our coffee. So now that we've talked enough about caffeine and your options of how to change your current lifestyle with your caffeine intake, I want you to take a second and calculate how much caffeine you think you're consuming throughout the day, right? That's going to be through your tea with 45 milligrams of caffeine, your 8-ounce cups of coffee, right? Remember, every 8 ounces counts as 95 milligrams of caffeine. Whether you're consuming large energy drinks, which is going to give you 180 milligrams of caffeine, or whether you've decided to take a 5-hour energy shot, which is going to be one of those little guys that doesn't give you too much fluid, but it gives you lots of caffeine, and those guys are closer to 200 to 250 milligrams of caffeine. So take a second and calculate how much caffeine you consume throughout the day. And now that we've got that number in our head, I want you to think about 2 of the things we talked about today on quick and easy switches that you can make into your daily routine so that you can cut back on your caffeine without eliminating it completely, and you can sleep better, you can feel more focused, and you can be more energized throughout your day. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Bye.